Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, gonna be a Patreon cast between Maru and Clem here on Hardwire. Bottom left gonna be Clem, top right gonna be Maru. So two incredible players. Maru is far more established than Clem is, but Clem is quickly climbing the ranks to show at the elite level of StarCraft. So, I think he's going to give Maru everything he can handle here in this TVT. Will we see battle cruisers? I don't know, but I do like early game TVT because you never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates, according to Forrest Gump. All right, so both players not proxying. Barracks coming up inside their main bases. And again, this is going to be a Patreon cast. So if you're watching this the week of July the 4th, 2022, thank you very much for supporting me at patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. I really do appreciate it. It helps support me. And if you're watching this in the month of August or after, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm here several times a week with StarCraft 2 content. Woof. All right, man. So scouting is Maru. Clem says, I don't need to scout. I know what Maru is going to do. Mirror build orders, double gas, barracks into factory, Reaper on the way from both players. And what do we have here? Well, scouting SCV says, yes, fine, barracks at home, good to see. And bam, sees the factory coming up, says, all right, cool. So we're both doing the same builds. His factory for Maru on the way as well. This is all he really wanted to know. Maru isn't going to stick around any longer than that, because he knows there's a Reaper going to pop out soon. Probably a Reaper. Not guaranteed, but probably a Reaper. So this Reaper's name is Potato Imagineer. After failing to become a successful YouTuber, Potato Imagineer was sent to the Reaper program to fight battles with Zerg Dominion and Terran Dominion. While battling, he fell in love with Brenda, a queen, and both of them left the battle and ran away to live happily ever after. Every Sunday, Potato Imaginator, Imaginator, not Imagineer, Imaginator cooks tasty potato dishes for his queen. Wow. So this dude, I don't know, I guess he survives. I guess he survives the initial battle because he marries a queen later. We'll watch that. And this Reaper's name is gonna be finally figuring out how to connect Discord and Patreon. Jose, Emperor Menx was, Jose. Yeah, Jose, Emperor Menx was sending money through Space Patreon to his favorite creators, but could not figure out how to use this newfangled Discord benefit concept. After finally finding the connect button, he clicked it, giving Space Patreon access to all of his Discord, including all of the classified Space God program information stored on it. Okay, so I think it's a Joseph Atwell Reaper name, who is responsible for many Reaper names throughout the years that we've been doing this on the channel. Really appreciate it, man. Your creativity is inspirational for sure. So, Potato Imagineer back home. We've got finally figuring out how to connect Discord and Patreon back home. The only one we really care about is this guy, though. We're going to say it's this one, because there's no differentiation between this one or the other one. So we're going to just keep him in the bottom there, see what we get. Both players just playing really defensively to start this thing off, so come on, let's get some blood. Second base is already done from Clem. Second base just not finishing from Maru, so Clem is faster. He is younger, so it makes sense. We got Widow Mines, we have Hellions, we have Reapers and Marines out. Same thing over here, actually. We have Marines, we have Hellions, we have Reapers. Yep, and there's a Widow Mine somewhere. I saw a Widow Mine in production from our guy Maru. He's got the one. Is he just sitting? Oh, he's parked right on top of it. Sneaky. He's like, oh, there's nothing here to worry about. Nope, just come in and kill me. I'm just a little old Hellion. And then, Widow Mine connection. That would be awesome. So yeah, tanks, Cyclones, Ravens. Like I said, is there a really set opening to TVT? I don't feel like there is. I kind of feel like you can know what your opponent wants to do and maybe try to counter them directly. But as far as every TVT goes, is there a way to open it? I just don't think that that is the case at all. So Reaper guy gonna hop on up, finally figuring out how to connect Discord and Patreon. And okay, they're both gonna die. They're too deep in. Cyclone's gonna kill both of them. They're just getting a scout off, but other than that, not really accomplishing a lot there. So do either of you Reapers have kills? That's what I'd like to know right now. And the answer is no. Neither of them have kills. So again, they're not differentiating themselves from each other at all. It's 37 to 36 workers. Clem has a worker advantage that way. Again, his second base was faster, which makes a ton of sense. Both players have their third gas. Fourth base now getting started, or fourth gas, rather. Woo, from Maru. And yeah, this is pretty chill, honestly. Third CC on the way from Maru. Third CC on the way from Clem. So they're both generally following the same build. Really surprised. Usually about the 2 base time is when somebody decides to show up with some Marines and tanks and Hellions and Cyclones and maybe a Raven or 2 and try to get something done. But both players are just like, you know, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that at all. Hang on. Potato Imaginator is here with his friend. Oh, man, if they both die, it would be really tragic. And he would not be able to fulfill his destiny with Brenda either. Oh, no. Oh no, the tragedy. The tragedy would be truly, truly tragic. Anyway, yeah, nothing much happening. Vikings coming in for Maru. Like I said, you can pretty much get everything in the early stage of TVT with the exception of battle cruisers and Thors. Don't really get either of those just because they're very expensive. They take forever to build. And they're just not worth... Man, Hellion goes down after getting absolutely nothing killed. Has anything... Yeah, nothing's died here for Clem so far, which is kind of amazing in the first 6 minutes of a game. Get out of there. Run. No. No. Potato Imaginator, go. Okay. Whew. Engaging jetpacks. Getting out of there. There was a siege tank sieging up. 2 siege tanks sieging up, actually. Very scary stuff. Third base lands for Clem earlier than Maru's base lands. He's already got... Okay, but he already has the orbital upgrade, whereas Clem landed his and then waited for it, but just means he gets some extra mining there, which is cool. Widow Mine takes down a Hellion. Clem does lose first blood here. Yeah, you gotta be so careful, Reapers. I understand. All right, so Clem's out. He's moved out a little bit here. He's considering what to do. Oh, getting early shots off on the Cyclone and forcing it to run away. Took some basic shot, but didn't take any lock-on damage, which lock-on damage really eats through the HP of Reapers immensely. They want to avoid that if at all possible. Is that a Marine? Maru sent a Marine up this ramp to die. My goodness, do you care not for your men, Maru? You must. You must. Anyway, a lot of this game does come down to who controls the skies. You all know that from TVTs I've cast in the past. Right, both players have 2 Ravens. Viking count is 4 for Maru and 6 for Clem. So technically, air superiority does belong to Clem at the moment. Although, all of his air's down here. And all of Maru's is up here too, yes. A Marine takes the Widowmine shot and is going to chase that Widowmine down and try to kill it. But Widowmines, man, they're fast. They're robots. They got 4 legs. They move quickly. Both players working on upgrades for the Marines. Marines extremely good against smaller numbers of tanks that are just kind of hanging out. They can just show up, burn, tank down, tank down, tank down, tank down, bam, and the Marines are murdering your third base, which is why you also have to have your own Marines to buffer for them, or else you're going to have a bad time. You can, I don't know, you can kind of try to go mech in TVT. Haven't seen it a whole lot recently, in all actuality. So anyway. Boop-a-doo, armory on the way for a guy, it's Maru. Both players really just kind of hanging out, aren't they? You really are. What is going on? Let's see. Stranger Things Season 4 finished. Depending on when you're watching this, either fairly recently or like a month ago. Oh, is that both of the Reapers dead? Both the Reapers died. No, Potato Imaginator, you're supposed to marry Brenda and live happily ever after. Ah. Rest in peace, man. Yeah, gonna lock on a single Marine. Sure, I mean, it's a kill. It's not incredibly the biggest thing you can ever do, but it's a kill. Oh, Widowmine. Oh, I was running for the Marine. It escaped, and now it's dead. Because it wandered in range of a siege tank. This is a big push from Clem, y'all. This is what we're here for, is big ol' push from Clem. Maru, a smaller push to the south. It's all Marines, but it's pretty dangerous stuff anyway. And actually forcing Clem to come back home. Wow. I mean, all they did was really just deny this fourth base of Clem for a minute anyway. I mean, didn't kill the command center, but definitely killed an SCV that was down here trying to build a refinery, and maybe another SCV that was maybe trying to build a command center there, but hard to know. Unloading right on top of 2 Marines. Bam, Maru wins that battle very, very handily. And Clem coming back home is going to squish this and completely wipe it out. That is a great angle to come in on. And all the Marines die. There's just no angle for them to get anywhere. Yeah, they're fast, but... beautiful. Playing the angles perfectly there is our guy, Clem. Just absolute perfection. 2-2 on the way for Maru for his Marines and Marauders and potential Ghosts. Same story for Clem on the other side. Fourth base, bam, landed. Upgrading to a planetary. Fourth bases are traditionally planetaries in StarCraft 2 for Terrans. Makes a lot of sense. 114 to 88 army supply. Clem has a nice advantage there. He's also down on workers compared to Maru. But having a bigger army can work out for you. It really can. Man, Maru likes his little marine balls, doesn't he? Yeah, he's just going to burn down the siege tank. Whoop. Like I said, Marines are really good at burning individual siege tanks down in smaller numbers. The auto turret and the siege tank, though. Gosh, that's a lot of dead stuff. So 11 SCVs have died for Clem. Yeah, but 34 Marines and 2 medevacs have gone down for our guy Maru. So, I mean, he's taking his hits. He wants to slow down the economy of Clem while not losing much of his own, and I can't blame him for it at all. Another CC for Maru. Getting that fourth up is pretty hot. And same timing here for Clem. So both players are generally following the same blueprint of TVT. How do you play TVT in the year 2022? And this is it. This is how you do the thing. Apparently, anyway. It's exactly what we're seeing here. Group of Marines, man, Maru's, I don't know, he's finding some success with these little Marine groups, but also he's losing them all. A lot. He's lost 48 Marines, and all of them, I think, have been from little exploration missions he sends to the south. Try to see what he can do. So, bigger army here for Clem, better economy from Maru. But sometimes bigger army is just like, okay, who's going to run into sieged tanks? Who's going to send their tanks into enemy tanks that are already set up and ready to rock is the question. I think Clem's going to maybe try to do 2 simultaneous attacks here, but Maru is really well defended here. All right, trying to low ground set up the tanks as Clem maybe firing away. Just having a low ground position is rough. Anti-armor missile on the Vikings of Clem. Beautiful spell casting there from the Raven. Maru looking good that way. Clem just kind of marching into this space. Remember when I said you got to have your own Marines or else this stuff happens? Yeah, all these tanks are going to die. And the defensive Marines show up and make sure that's not just a complete wash. I mean, that said, there weren't many Marines left from Clem when that battle was over. But, yeah, nevertheless, tanks on the low ground looking good. Looking good. +2/+2 for both players on the infantry. +1 attack for the mech from both players. Again, they're just following the gosh darn same plan. Although, +3 infantry armor is on the way from Clem, and that is not happening according to Maru's production tab. So he's not getting the +3 armor upgrade for his Marines. Yeah, I love this tank position here, right here. Every Terran's done this to enemy Protoss and enemy Zerg. So to have it happen in a TVT is kind of like, aha, now you know how it feels when that happens. SCVs keep dying, but not a ton. 9 SCVs have gone down here for Maru. It's not a huge problem at all. Except you can't seem to dislodge it. And Clem's happily mining on his 4th base with no issues at all. So Maru he's not even bothering. He's just like, well, I guess I'll head down to the south. We'll let this planetary die. Not something I'm really concerned about. Let's just see if we can wipe out, I don't know, maybe everything that Clem has with this army. And he does. He marches in. He's got a really big, scary army here. Oh, he saves the planetary because Clem's coming all the way home. Engagement from Maru, setting up, not sieging up his tanks. Interference matrix on the defensive tanks from Clem. They get wiped out easily. Trying to lift off the orbital, not going to happen. There's Vikings here. Trying to get the SCVs out of here, not going to happen either. There are Marines. Maru, very bold and daring. I want to say dold or bearing. Attack here, getting deep into Clem territory. He's going to take himself down a starport, really no problem either. Raven flies in, gets an interference matrix off, but then instantly dies as well. Viking versus Viking battles here. Who can win? If Maru can just kind of hold this, he's going to win the game. He's already wiped out the natural base of Clem. He's taken down an entire base here. Oh, he's got air advantage. He won the battle of the Vikings in the sky. Now he can just fly around wherever he wants. Actually, there are Marines chasing, so you can't fly anywhere you want. And plus, a lot of these Vikings are extraordinarily injured as well. Double starport. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Top left base for Maru coming in. He's, you know what? He saved the 4th. He lost some SCVs, but he hung onto the planetary. and he expanded and got a really nice daring attack off on Clem that killed the natural base. So Maru trying to sneak his way out ahead here. I like this from him a lot. Just if you're going to follow a StarCraft 2 player, Maru's got to be on that list, man. He's insanely good. He did really, really well in DreamHack Valencia 2, which hasn't released their replays, by the way. I'm upset about it. Okay, there you go. Wiping out some tanks, wiping out some low-ground missile turrets, and maybe some orbitals if you're into that stuff. More interference matrix. Clem's down 40 supply all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, down 200 to 156 supply. Another interference matrix means another tank is probably dead. I think this might be it. This might be the end of a game here for Clem, not the end of an era. And that's it. GG! Maru comes out on top, goes from a very difficult place where he's going to lose his 4th base. He's not able to expand up here because there's tanks in this position. 2, I'm going to send my army right down the middle of the map, set up shop on your natural, kill it, kill a ton of your SCVs. While I'm at it, kill a million of your tanks. 15 tanks have died from Clem today. I guess 12 died from Maru too, but still, 19 SCVs died for Clem. I mean, just a masterclass of taking a risk. And then Clem, did he overreact? Did he send too much stuff down to try to clear this out? Maybe he had too many tanks and not enough Vikings, so maybe he leaves the tanks here. Maybe they take down the planetary. Maybe they deny this base, and maybe the game turns out a little bit differently. It's one of those split-second decisions that maybe Clem goes back and looks at it, right, and says, Amazing. Like, truly good TVT. Great Patreon game, I feel like, and Maru is still on top. Clem needs to work on stuff. He was ahead. And then, all of a sudden, Maru takes a chance and wins the game. That's about it. Wow. Yeah, end of the day, 13,000 resources lost for Maru, a full 20 for Clem, which is brutal. Absolutely brutal stuff there. The little raids, too. Maru's little marine raids that he had sending down this bottom right, especially. The one in the bottom left is pretty good, too. Just getting tons and tons of work done. I'm sure he lost all the marines, but, caused the problems. Wonderful stuff. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.